Liam Hendriks stood before the media, his voice steady but laced with frustration, just a day after a tough outing in Boston's 5-1 loss to the New York Mets. The game had marked a challenging moment for the veteran reliever, 5 batters faced, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, but the fallout extended far beyond the box score. With the weight of the game's outcome hanging over him, Hendriks made his way to social media, not to explain a bad inning, but to defend his humanity. Just as an FYI, he wrote in a stark, raw message on Instagram, "Threats against my life and my wife's life are horrible and cruel. You need help." The words carried the gravity of someone who has seen more than just the highs and lows of the game. This wasn't just about baseball anymore. It was about the line fans had crossed, vicious, personal, unforgivable. "Leaving comments to tell me to commit suicide and how you wish I died of cancer is disgusting and vile," Hendriks continued. These were not casual criticisms of a blown save or a missed pitch. These were deeply personal attacks targeting a man who had already fought for his life. Hendriks, a 3-time All-Star, had become a beacon of resilience in the sports world. In early 2023, he revealed a diagnosis that shook the baseball community: non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. His battle was public, and his triumphs through chemotherapy became a symbol of hope. When he announced he was cancer-free later that year, fans and fellow players celebrated. His return to the mound in May was met with admiration, even though it was short-lived due to Tommy John surgery that sidelined him for the rest of the 2024 season. Now, in 2025, back in action with the Boston Red Sox, Hendriks had hoped to find rhythm, redemption, and maybe peace. But the vitriol that followed a single loss shattered that possibility. "Maybe you should take a step back and reevaluate your life's purpose before hiding behind a screen attacking players and their family," he wrote, speaking not just for himself, but for countless athletes who endure silent abuse day in and day out. He wasn't done. "Whether you do it from your fake accounts, or are dumb enough to do it from your real account, I think I speak for all players who have had to deal with this in their career when I say, enough is enough." The anger in his words was not unjustified. It was a shield raised in defense, not of performance, but of dignity. Despite the abuse, Hendriks didn't shy away from accountability. "Regardless of any situation, I've got to go out there and get the job done when I do pitch," he told reporters. "Today I didn't. No excuses, no blame shifting, just a straightforward acknowledgement that he had a bad day, the kind every player has." What made the situation harder to digest was the lack of clarity in Hendriks' role with the team. Since returning from surgery, his bullpen position had been inconsistent. "No rhyme or reason. I have no idea," he said, visibly frustrated. "It's actually a source of contention that I've had with the team and I've had multiple conversations about." He wanted to pitch. He needed to pitch. It was how he measured progress, how he got sharper. "The more I pitch, the better I get. If the theory is you want the best me, throw me," he said. This wasn't a demand born of ego. It was the voice of a competitor yearning to contribute, to prove that cancer and surgery hadn't taken away his fire. Red Sox manager Alex Cora heard him, publicly and candidly. "We have to use him. That's on me," Cora admitted. "That's on the pitching department. We've got to trust him. There's a reason he's here." Cora pointed to the rising velocity on Hendriks' fastball, his breaking pitches finding their bite again. The tools were there. The trust needed to follow. "It's a balancing act," Cora continued. "You want to take it easy with him, but at the same time, if we don't use him, we're doing a disservice not only to him but the whole bullpen. He needs to be a big part of this." The manager's words carried hope, but also a burden, a team trying to protect a player while knowing full well his value hinges on use, not preservation. For Hendriks, every inning, every appearance, every batter faced is more than just baseball. It's a chapter in a comeback story that defies stats and standings. He has beaten cancer. He has rebuilt an arm torn apart by injury. And now he battles something less visible but just as corrosive: the toxic underside of fan culture that too often forgets athletes are human. He isn't asking for a pass. He's asking for perspective. Hendriks wants the ball, the pressure, the responsibility. But not at the cost of his or his family's peace. He's pitched in the toughest spots, both on the mound and in life. What he's asking for now is simple: respect. Let his words be a wake-up call to the fans who cross the line. Let it be a reminder that criticism can exist without cruelty, that players aren't avatars for our frustration, but people with lives far beyond the field. Liam Hendriks will continue to pitch, to fight, and to speak out. And maybe, just maybe, baseball, and its followers, will be